Good morning, Bulldogs. Today, you will notice there are some other videos that are already posted. Today, we are starting an analysis of text structure and how that can connect with the author's purpose. More specifically, today during class, we are going to be looking at how you can use one to help identify the other. If you're not sure, when you read a passage and you don't know what the author's purpose is, we're going to look at identifying the text structure to tell us what the purpose is, and vice versa. But in addition to that, I wanted to take a quick minute to show you guys some adjustments or an addition that has been made to Canvas that I have made for you. So you should see Canvas on your screen. This is for my fourth period. And some of you may have already been well aware and you're acquainted with it, but if you scroll down on the home screen, keep in mind, it's on the home screen, okay? If you scroll down, you've got a few links to go with. Learning modules, not dividing up work that way. Go to your important links, and you can scroll down. So here's your Zoom, first off, for any of my online learners, any of my kiddos that are campus learners that are at home for the foreseeable future. Here's your Zoom link. Here's where I'm going to check your attendance on that Wednesday and Friday. That link is the best thing for you. Okay, now each 6 weeks when our novel study changes, this download link is going to change. So right now we're doing Peter Pan. Well, we will be doing another novel next 6 weeks or another story, so that link will change. But if you look at this notes, in class, we are going to have notes in our binders. And I think I went through with you all at home how to set up files on your computer. Well, if you didn't do that, you don't need to do that. I set them up for you. So if you click notes, this has already been shared with everybody. Here are 7 of the slots in the binder that we have. Now, obviously, can I keep your writing samples in a group drive? No. Can I keep your graded papers in a group drive like this? No. So I just kept the 7 that we can all share. And these are in alphabetical order. They're not in the same order that are in your binder. That's okay, because at least you know where they are. So each day when I give you a video and I might reference a notes page or show you a notes page, so last week when I showed you the roots, well, if down the road gee, where did Ms. Ellis put that roots page? I really need to know what this root means. Well, you need to go in and you need to find it, okay? So if we'll click on the different parts of the different notes, I'm in English notes now, but I've got 2 folders within that because I've got parts of words and I've got conjunctions. Well, isn't a root a part of a word? I think so. And there's your page, okay? I also have already uploaded all the notes that we're going to be going over for the next several weeks. So if some of these don't look familiar, give it time, we will go over them. Prefixes are the other part. I know it's kind of dark. It was a dark piece of paper that went through the scanner, but I think you guys can make it out. Okay, so for your English notes, your parts of words, we went over the prefixes and the roots. And then we're going to be going over prepositions and pronouns. What are they? How are they used? Okay. In the miscellaneous, this is one that I really want to go over with you guys. For the discussion boards, these will be important because remember I told you guys don't just say, hey, I like that idea, way to go, good thinking. No, have a discussion, okay? So here's some sentence starters to help get you going. That is a good idea because. Why is it a good idea? Or what can you add to it? Okay, so be familiar with these. And you're going to need these not only for the discussions, but on an assignment, you may be asked to make a connection with a text. It would be important for you to know how to do that. Okay. Reading notes, I've got several in here. I gave you a copy of Author's Purpose. That is what you're going to be using today. We went over context clues last week. We went over tone yesterday. We went over personification last week, and we're going to hit on it again this week. So if you get to an assignment you're not really sure, Here's the notes that'll help you. Point of view. We are going to touch on point of view very in-depth on Friday. Rubies is a reading strategy that you might be familiar with. If you are not familiar with it yet, we're going to get you there. This is what you will be using in 8th grade. Okay. Summary. When you write a summary for me, I do not want you to think beginning, middle, and end. No, you need to think about somebody wanted, but, so, then. Okay, that's what I need. I don't need to know beginning, middle, and end, because as I demonstrated in class, if I just gave you a little something at the beginning, middle, and end, you have no idea what the story is. Okay. Here is your text structure that we are going to be talking about today. So it's important that you review this. Keep in mind the structure, some of those clue words, and examples of how that structure could be laid out. That'll be important too. And I gave you a text structure reference sheet that is going to be similar to this one, just formatted a little differently for you. Then tone, which we discussed yesterday. Okay, and then writing notes. I've got some files going on in here too. So subject verb agreement, which we've talked about before, and we're actually going to talk about this in the Zoom meeting today, because that's going to go in with subject and predicate. Sentence is not a sentence without a subject and a predicate. Okay, and then we just have your common punctuation that you are all familiar with. I know you are, but here you have it. Okay, you know what they are. They're examples, they're definitions. So this way you don't have an excuse not to use them correctly. Contractions. I've got 2 sets of contractions. We're going to be going over these in a flex period, I think next week. There is an alphabetical list of contractions, and then what do the contractions mean? How can we put them together? Okay. And remember, contraction is just a short way to just put 2 words together, and that's important when you are doing your writing tests and you need to save space. You don't have endless space to write. So instead of saying they should have, you said they should have. Okay, those the contractions are great space savers. Grammar rules. Here is a quick 1-page grammar mechanics rule checklist for your own writing. Is that complete? No, but that's a good starting point for you. Okay. Each 6 weeks, I'm going to be giving you grammar rules 1, grammar rules 2, and so forth. In this page, we're going to focus on a different grammar rule or something grammatical, and we're going to have those rules here. There's nothing for you to do here. You don't have to fill anything out. You just need to know what they are. Okay. So now this is the second one. See how it's different? It's different than the first one. And I'll be adding these in here. So make yourself familiar with these. I want you guys to spend some time just kind of playing around with all the notes that I've given you. And if you started on campus, but you had to go home for a little bit and you come back to campus, I do have all these on paper for you. And those of you that are on if you're online and you come to campus, you are welcome to use them when you come in. I'll be out. I'll also have some paper copies for you at that time as well. But here's the catch. Now that you have these notes, you are expected to use them. I'm holding you responsible. Okay? So the subject verb agreement, pull that up. I do not want to see you saying the dog walked down the street. That is not grammatically acceptable. You have the notes showing you that it is not. So if you write that, you're going to lose points. You are held responsible for anything that I give you that you had access to. Okay? So now you've got all the notes. I will not hold you accountable for something that I have not taught you and have not provided you information for. Okay? I want you guys to keep that in mind, and we will be having a Zoom later today at 12:50 for my regular class and 1:15 for my honors class. If you guys have any questions, we can talk about it then. Otherwise, we're going to go over text structure and author's purpose. I'll be seeing y'all here in a little bit. Have a good day. Bye.